So now they're saying that there's a serial killer in Houston. They've been finding bodies in the bayou, like the third ward of the bayou. It's like 12 to 14 people. Now these bodies have been found over a period of time, but they just coming out now saying that there's a serial killer. The latest person was this girl, Jade McKissick. Now they got Jade McKissick on video at a gas station. They saying that she was drunk. But somehow everybody wants to know, how did she end up in that bayou dead? 20 years old, college student, was very beloved. The family is not trying to hear it. The family is saying foul play. The police department, if it's not a little, a W girl, they're not really going to care that much, right? This is just a black girl being thrown in the ditch somewhere, and open and shut case for the most part. Unless it's something that goes national where they have to go do their due diligence to find out what happened. But we know that this girl was in the ditch, and the families, family and friends and everybody, they're not having it, right? They're really doing a lot of digging and doing more investigative reports than the police are doing. They're saying this.
Sometimes I see myself failing in the future, and it worries me. But people always tell me I have nothing to worry about. She went on to say, I'm always giving solid, sound advice to people, and y'all still don't listen. My grandma told me I'm wise beyond my years, and if you know black grandmas, this is a high honor. Then y'all want to come crying to me when stuff comes falling to your knees. I literally have no pity. She made another confession, and she said, listen up. Y'all gonna hate me for this one, but I peeped everything. Game recognizes game. If you think you got one over on me, think smarter. She also said, whenever I go home, I usually go in my room in the dark and cry. I don't cry often, and I never have a long time until I go back home. You can imagine how stuff accumulates. And then she said, I wish I could go back and tell myself something at every age. Knowing what I know now, I could have saved myself from a lot of stupid decisions. And Jade's confession number 7 was, I usually hate people, but I can't live without my mom, dad, or grandma. If they gone, just take me out. I promise you I won't care. Now, Jade's family and friends have come forward to say that they do not believe that there was no foul play involved in her death, because she was a happy 20-year-old girl and she had a very promising future. She went out with friends and they planned on going to different bars. From there, Jade ends up leaving the bar to go to the gas station to get a drink, which her family doesn't understand. Because if she was at a bar where there were drinks available, why would Jade leave the bar where she was at with friends and leave her cell phone?
Now, the police they're trying to put these cryptic messages out as if she took herself out. I disagree with that. This is a 20-year-old just writing her messages down about how she feels. And when you deal with 20-year-olds, young teenagers going into young adults, they deal with emotions up and down because they're experiencing the world for the first time as an adult. So they go through a lot of different psychological and mental changes, right? But for the most part, the family is saying that she was a happy young girl, a young lady. Now they had her in the bar, and they saying that she left out of the bar to go into gas station to buy a drink. Why would she go into the gas station to get a drink if she was already in the bar and left her cell phone? I don't know. Like, it's crazy. But let's look at what the news is reporting.
The bodies being found in Houston bayous. Houston police report another body was just recovered today from the Buffalo Bayou area near Jensen and East downtown. So if you've been watching and keeping track alongside us, that is 4 bodies recovered in 4 days. Today is Thursday, and sadly, a U of H student has been identified as one of the bodies recovered from the Brays Bayou area on September 15th. That's Monday. She was reported missing days before. Sherman DeSell has been covering this story for a couple of days now, and Sherman, it is scary stuff here, but just kind of fill us in on what we know so far.
Yeah, it's definitely a cause of concern for a lot of our viewers. Many have made some speculations online about something maybe more nefarious happening here, and that's understandable. Our Fox 26 count is now at 13 bodies found in Houston bayous this year by law enforcement and first responders. Remember, the 22 bayous are spread out for miles, so it's a lot of ground to cover, and that comes with tough investigations. Here's what we know. HPD confirms a male body was recovered from Buffalo Bayou on Jensen Street in Edo on Thursday. Our camera caught officers and a dive team on the scene around 3 p.m. There were reports of a man jumping into the water there. We're waiting to hear more on this. And remember when we reported 2 bodies recovered from local bayous on Monday, September 15th? One of them was identified as 20-year-old Jade Sage McKissick. She was a U of H student, reported missing on September 11th, last seen that day near the 3700 block of McGregor by a restaurant. She was a junior communications and advertising major. In a letter sent to students, U of H describes her as a campus resident and a student employee and a friend to many in their community. We're talking about a lot of bodies in a city where many people walk, run, and bike the bayou areas every day. So we visited an area near the White Oak Bayou to see how people have been reacting to the discoveries. A lot of people...
The guys you just said, is anyone paying attention to these?
Yeah.
You know, that really brings us right back to HPD. So have we heard anything from HPD on these?
We haven't. I have been on the scene of the last 2 recoveries, hoping to hear something from public information officer. Haven't heard anything. We've reached out. They say don't anticipate hearing anything right now. We did reach out to the county forensics department to see if they'd be willing to say something. They didn't give an on-camera interview, but we are requesting more details from all of these instances, especially in the last couple of days. So hopefully we'll get some more information. But we hear what you're concerned about, you know, wondering if it's something more that we should be paying attention to, and we're trying to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, we'll certainly continue to ask those questions. Sherman, thank you so much.
Daniela, there's still more questions than answers. We've been at this gas station you see right here behind me all day, and people have been asking us about Jade, telling us that they've been seeing her story all over the news. But Jade was seen right here in this parking lot. These were the last moments that anyone seen her, and we saw surveillance video. I'm going to cross the street safely to show you just how this all kind of played out. We do know that this is still under investigation, but video shows her walking towards Brays Bayou, which is right over here. And at this hour, police tell us that her death is under investigation. There's no foul play and no trauma, but it's still a lot of questions surrounding her death. We do know that she came here to that gas station. She went inside to purchase a beverage, and then she walked right over here. But we just don't know exactly how she died. We've been speaking to people all day, some of them saying something's just not adding up. Others say that there's been a lot of deaths here in Brays Bayou. So we did reach out to Houston Police for more information, but right now they tell us that it's still under investigation.
And tonight, Houston police are investigating after a body was found in Buffalo Bayou. It's the 5th person found in the waters around Houston in just the past week. Causes of death so far include drowning and natural causes, though in some cases, we're still waiting on a cause from the medical examiner's office. In today's case, officers got a call just before 8:30 this morning. A report came in of a body floating near North York Street in 2nd Ward. Police sent their dive team, which eventually found the body. It's being taken.
Now, with all this being said, her family, like I said, they not taking this laying down. Her cousin came and said, sadly, my cousin was apparently murdered. May she rest in peace. Her parents are distraught, of course, not just because she was their only child. Jade was a rare gem indeed. She was an outstanding student at the University of Houston where her father taught. Man, she was loved, right? So I don't know if I see her unaliving herself, but you never know. She had both her family, and what she said was, if my father was going, my grandmother and all that, then you could just take me. But everybody's still alive. So that was just her just talking about if she lost her family. So I'm confused when it comes to this. Then it said, I'm so hurt, my pretty girl. You did nothing to deserve this, I promise. This is so wrong. You did nothing to nobody. Why did they let you leave by yourself or without your phone? OMG. I've been high off my ass the past couple days from keeping me from crying. This hurts so bad. This feels so wrong. Then put your body by the bayou like nothing when the whole time you are so much more. I can't stomach the pain you were feeling and weren't anxiety high with no phone or nobody to hear or help you. You really F my head up. This one, I ain't gonna lie, right? So you got family members coming out, man. And then it says, yes, some respect. Yes, some suspect the serial killer may have taken my cousin Jade McKenzie's life. We truly don't know. There's some odd circumstances surrounding her death with regard to people who were supposed to be her friends. Help with Jade's murder by reporting info to the Houston Police Department. So they're saying, they have a lot of questions. And, I'm seeing people from Houston post up and they're saying things and everybody wants some answers, man. This girl, like I said, we see those texts. Those texts indicate nothing in those texts. Those cryptic texts indicate her wanting to unalive herself. We see the image of her in the bar and then they see her at the gas station. I want to know why, first of all, who was you with? Why did you leave the bar and go into a gas station to buy a drink? Why did you leave your cell phone? Is one of these killers somebody that you was with? I'm confused, right? All of a sudden you end up, because if I go out with my friends and we all together and somehow one of them get up from the bar and leave and they going for too long, I'm gonna go looking for them. I'm gonna want to know where they at. So how long? So at some point when she didn't come back, did they just go home? Did they call the family? Did they go looking for her? I have questions, right? There's people that live down there and they're talking about that bayou area and saying how dangerous it is, and they're saying this.
The thing that's really fucking me up about this Sage situation, rest in peace to that young soul, the nightmare realization of how routine that route is for a college student that goes to UH or TSU. You know how many of us back in the day, even though I just graduated, would go to LA Burger and Daiquiris on a weeknight, bro? That is common. To think that common route led to a young woman in a river, bro. Like, this shit is not normal. In the UH-TSU area, do you know how many potentially oppressive people are around here, bro? Between the weirdos, the potential criminals, and the homeless people, you don't know who is who. This area is just really effed up, bro.
Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this, man. We got the situation in Mississippi, was something that was in North Carolina, these hangings. Now we got a serial killer in Houston, and these are black bodies, man. Like, this should be taken serious. There should be a thorough federal investigation, because something ain't right. Something ain't right. We can't just keep allowing this stuff to be open and shut cases, especially with all the things that's going on in the racial climate that's going on in this country right now. Everything can't be an open and shut case, right? We just can't. Gotta listen, man. I'm just saying, like, everything can't be just open and shut. We gotta ask questions. We gotta push the envelope, man. Man, this is bad, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think in regards to this situation, man. Do you think there could be a possible serial killer? If you're from the Dallas or Houston area, Texas area, around Houston, and you got more of this story, let me know, man, so I can report more on this, man. Let me know. Put a link, if you got more of the story, put a link in my comment section, man, so I can report more on this, all right? So if you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.